Trying to get a job as a television writer right now feels a lot like the Hunger Games. Been in therapy on and off since I was 5. A wounded inner child. My value was inherently tied to what I could provide. Flight, fight, freeze, fun. I don't know that I was old enough to understand. He said to me that if I were a boy, nothing would have ever happened. Yeah, if you open yourself up to people, there's a chance that you could get hurt.
Before we get started, a brief note for our listeners. Later in this episode, our guest briefly shares a personal experience regarding childhood sexual abuse. While she does not go into graphic detail, the conversation touches on themes that may be sensitive or upsetting for some.
And then what were some of the highs and lows of being in that world? Like what were some of the tough times you had to go through?
Being an assistant, being on Grays.
I think being in that world, being an assistant, being on Grays, like what were the toughest things and you had to overcome or the hurdles you had to get past?
I think the hardest thing about being an assistant is trusting that this really is a stepping stone and not getting too impatient with the process. Like I had to remind myself a handful of times, like I'm learning so much. This is so valuable. I'm going to know things that like producers in writers' rooms don't know because I have such perfect proximity to this showrunner and she is such a mentor and she wants me to learn. Even though like, yeah, there are days where I'd be like, I don't want to go get lunch. I want to be in the room. I want to be in the room where everything is happening. So not getting lunch.
Was that hard to hold on to then sometimes?
Sometimes. And then it would be like, yeah, this part sucks. I don't want to go get lunch. I don't want to wait, find parking where there's no parking, risk getting towed, like whatever. I would have to remind myself like, okay, no, but like I get to go do really cool shit after this.
But in hindsight, it seems like it's very clear. Was it that clear when you were in it? I mean, or was it stressful? And, you know, you went days being frustrated or angry or like...
There were definitely a lot of days of being frustrated, being angry, being impatient. But I would remind myself or my friends would remind me like, this isn't the end of your career. Like you are literally just stepping in through the door.
And so you knew. And then what about being a writer? What were some of the hardships of being now a writer?
I think the hardest part of being a writer was just not wanting it to end. Like...
As in the season or as in the episode you're writing?
Just all of it. Like I don't know how to describe the best feeling or like the scariest feeling.
But that was the hardship, is just it ending? Was there hardships in the room, like having to navigate dynamics and personalities and like...
Of course there were. Yes.
No, but that's what's interesting because I think people that don't know how a writer's room works, like what are the kind of things you have to, or the things, maybe not, maybe like every single person was perfect. I'm just curious as to like, what were some of the hardships?
So sure, to that point, the hardship is like, it's not my show.
Yeah.
Like I may want to do one thing. My showrunner wants something else. It's my showrunner's show. It's like, okay, well, how do I make this thing that maybe I don't fully agree with palatable? And so like it's turning lemons into lemonade.
Got it.
I guess is that hardship. There were definitely people in that writer's room that I butted heads with. There was a lot of behind the scenes drama, but that drama made the news. So
I just mean like, because also what I always find so fascinating in regards to writers' rooms is it's a group of people with very different outlooks on life and very, very different opinions and very different writing styles. Put in a room and you have to come up with a 42-minute episode of network television. And yes, one person technically writes it, but everyone has a say. And like you said, it's the showrunner's show. So it's got to be, from my perspective, I look at that as like, it must have been hard to navigate. Like, and you have to do it within a time limit.
But that's also the magic, is it's all of these people with different backgrounds, different personalities coming together to create one universal thing for fans and audiences everywhere. That was my favorite part, is all of the different perspectives. Yeah, we're not always going to agree with each other, but being able to get to know people that you wouldn't meet anywhere else in your life is incredible, and getting to learn from them. And honestly, like a lot of writers' rooms is you're just chit-chatting and the chit chat is sometimes the kernel of information that becomes a story.
Oh, wow.
It's like, oh, this date I went on over the weekend was an absolute nightmare. It's like, great, let's make one of the characters go on that date.
So I have two questions on there. I would like to know if you were going on dates when you were in LA with all these hours worked. And, there was another question at that. In a sense, it feels like writer's room, are they kind of like therapy then? Because you're kind of sitting around talking about past life experiences, things that happened to you, things that are happening to you.
Yep.
So would you say that, it's
100% therapy. It's also just like hanging out with your friends. Like the friends that are married with children, so you don't get to like go see them on a night out. But like, oh my gosh, they're at work with you every day? That's great. Yes, I dated a lot when I came to LA.
Fascinating. Were you, because was that a culture shock too? I mean, coming from a smaller town, I mean, obviously you were in Boston, which is not a small town, but when you came to LA, you were also doing all of this, these unpaid internships and working for Christopher Vernoff as an assistant and then a staff writer while navigating being in one of the biggest cities in the United States.
Yeah.
Obviously Boston, I'm assuming, was a nice stepping stone, but what was it like? And you started dating? I mean, you're how old at this age? How old were you at this point?
I turned 35 this year, so I was 25 when I got here. Wow. 24, 25.
So it's been 10 years now.
Yeah. Wow. I was not dating for a relationship.
Got it.
When I was here, I wanted to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I found my good times.
And so you loved
just sort of had a roster for a moment.
A roster? Ooh, tell more. What kind of roster?
Well, if one guy got into a relationship or met someone, like, well, I'm not that girl.
Yeah.
So let's move on to this other person that I was like vibing really well with. Yeah.
As in like you met people on dating apps, or how did that work?
Dating apps, bars.
Okay.
Yeah.
So living your like mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s life in LA.
Yeah. Basically everything I was doing in Boston, I did in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you lived.
I lived.
In that regard.
Yes.
Did you want to settle down and have a serious relationship?
Not at the time.
Okay.
No. I really was just like, I just need fun.
Yeah.
And a release.
And did you feel like that because you were working such long hours and because you were so stressed?
Not because I was stressed, but because I was working such long hours.
So
and
you
I
weren't
wanted,
stressed?
not in like, oh my God, my life is so much right now way.
Yeah.
But in I would like someone to take care of me way. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But I wanted to focus on my career. I didn't care about the man. I cared about the career.
Okay.
I was like, that part can be solved faster than this other part.
Okay, so you were like having a good time, working this awesome job, loving it. Any other stories you want to tell me along the way? Any highlights? Any moments where you met somebody that had a huge impact on your life? Any moments where you really struggled and you hit rock bottom?
I think the rock bottom has come, well, it's not rock bottom, but the hardest thing has truly been the 2 years since Station ended, because our industry is constricting so much right now. Trying to get a job as a television writer right now feels a lot like the Hunger Games. Because there's so many of us that have been out of work for so long, and a lot of people have been out of work longer than I have.
Yeah.
And it's just, the well at the moment is a little dry, which is really hard to contend with. He agrees.
He does agree.
He agrees.
That dog agrees.
But no, I think that's been the hardest part. But
since then.
the most like gratifying piece is, for a moment, I got to experience what the dream is. Now I'm committed more than ever to making sure that the dream continues. However it needs to.
So writing is what you're going to do no matter what.
Yeah.
So since Station 18, what has life been like? Let's start there.
Life has been like very boring, very chill. It's allowed me the time and the space to really re-meet myself, see how I've changed since moving here, what needs to be recalibrated in terms of like mental health tune-ups. And for as hard as it is to not have the structure that I love or be in the job that I love, like I am getting so much time right now to focus on me and love myself in a different way.
Which is great. Has it always felt like that, or is it sometimes stressful? to
Oh,
not?
sometimes it's so stressful. I'll go into therapy and I'm like, why? What the f?
Yeah.
Everyone can f off. I'm so angry today. And I'll just like give her a litany of reasons. And she's like, okay.
And angry about what?
And the state of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's hard to find the motivation sometimes. It's hard to picture the industry not being the way it is right now because it feels never ending.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just allowing myself to feel those things when it's happening. And then like, maybe that's true.
Yeah.
I have no control. The only thing I control is how I react and what I do.
But you still want to be a writer.
Absolutely.
You still want to be in LA?
Yeah.
You
I
paused.
don't love LA. It took me, once I lived here, it took me about a year to be like, okay, yeah, like LA is good enough for home. It's not necessarily like my favorite place. I would much rather be
Where?
Montana, South Dakota, Wyoming, like.
So you still want to go, even though you left Wisconsin, you still kind of want to be in what, small town? Middle America?
I guess. I
What's drawing you back to that?
freedom. There's just so much freedom in space, freedom in being able to see like the night sky. Like I miss stars, I miss rain, I miss fall, I miss seasons. We don't have those here.
No.
So I think it's less about the town and the amount of people that are nearby, and it's more like the nature, I guess. Get the world.
So getting back in nature, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. But you want to be a writer. Probably not, it sounds like long-term LA, but for now.
I mean, let's see when I have kids, like.
Okay. So you want to eventually
I do. Probably sometime in the next 10 years.
settle down, have a family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would like to be employed again.
But a lot of
before
times
that happens.
in this industry, though, the hard part is you just can't really. What are you doing now to try to get that job? Because it just like, if anyone.
So much networking.
This industry is 100%.
It's who you know.
It's who you know, and it's just putting yourself out there, right?
Yeah.
And so is that what you're doing?
Yes.
To the best of, how are you doing that?
It's a lot of coffees. It's a lot of reaching out to people that maybe you haven't talked to in a while or seen in a while. Being like, what are you up to? Oh, this is what I'm up to. Like, it's meeting people. It's being social. It's...
Are you writing scripts? Are you submitting scripts to things?
I'm writing. I'm submitting. At some point, maybe start pitching.
So you're doing all the things.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you said you're doing a lot of therapy at this time too?
Yeah.
And then I know you do a very specific type of therapy. Do you want to elaborate on that? Since that was you're the first person I know that does that type of therapy.
I was doing ketamine therapy for a bit. So basically swish around a ketamine pill in my mouth for like 12 to 15 minutes and listen to some music, have like a mask on and just sort of travel my mind and my body and internally in my head and see what needs help, what feels dark or lost.
What brought you to want, or what prompted you or your therapist to want to do ketamine therapy?
It's overcoming trauma. Like it helps deal with trauma and sort of see how it's impacting you and what needs illumination, what you're disconnected from that needs reconnecting.
So what traumas are you tapping into?
I had a lot of childhood trauma just throughout the years, a re-triggering of that trauma.
What kind of childhood trauma did you have? Because it sounded like you had a kind of a nice, right? Your mom and dad were married and your grandma lived with you and you had the two siblings. Like,
I had a neighbor and he shouldn't be around children, specifically young girls.
and was that something your parents knew about back then?
They did find out and they did what they could. I mean, we were all learning together. I was 5 when it happened and they did the best that they could, but I wouldn't say it was something that I completely healed from because we all had to learn what healing is and what I needed.
And is that person still in Wisconsin?
Oh yeah, he's still in that town. He is married. He's got children.
Is that hard to go back?
Not anymore. I think it was for a bit, but now I've reached a point where it happened. I have anger that it happened, but I don't have the desire or the energy to hold on to the anger. And the best thing for me is to move forward and if trauma spikes come up, deal with them, but know that like I've done the work.
Has that person taken accountability?
No, he has not. And I was not the only one.
That was the other question. So this is something that was a pattern.
Yes.
And when did does those triggers come up? The traumatic triggers, like what causes them to come up? If you want to mention what comes, because it's curiosity. Like
it's not always a linear connection. I mean, going back to hardships at work, there was a person I worked with that could be not Krista. Withholding of
could be not Krista.
Not Krista. No, I want to be so clear. Krista does not trigger me in any way. But this person would be very hot and cold with their vibes, not the right word. They were in a position of power, but they were hot and cold with, I guess, affection. And I don't mean affection in the like, ooh, kind of way, just like in kindness, I think is more what I mean. And they could be very cruel and retributive and wanting to like scold people. And they were a trigger. And I didn't know that I was being triggered until I had the space from the show to figure it out.
So that specific person and their personality triggered this past trauma, essentially, or the past.
Yeah, because it was this neighbor, and I didn't really have any neighbors. He was the closest one.
Because you lived on, it was just a lot of farmland and stuff?
Yeah, my driveway was a quarter mile long, dirt road. Like, my closest neighbor was a cow. Like, I didn't understand what happened. And then all of a sudden this person was removed from my life, rightfully so. But there was no explanation. Everything was just sort of expected to continue moving business as usual.
You're talking about in your hometown. So this thing happened and that person was removed.
Just from my immediate life.
Got
but
it.
Everything else was the same.
Okay.
Except for the confusion of like, but what happened? What did I do that this person could no longer be a part of my life?
But did you not want that person to be a part of your life?
I don't know that I was old enough to understand.
But did you understand what had happened?
Not really.
How did they know something had happened?
I told.
So you just said it not realizing it was...
Yeah.
It had the weight.
Yes.
Because of that innocence.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, like, this person's no longer allowed to be in my life.
Yeah.
I was just left very confused. And I think it's a huge reason that I became such a people pleaser. My value was inherently tied to what I could provide. And so, it again, not a direct linear correlation, but they all sort of fed the same monster.
So were you saying you feel abandoned?
Yeah.
Essentially? And the fear is abandonment?
There's fear of abandonment. It wasn't fear of not being liked, but not being valuable. And that was, I think, the fear that the person I worked with brought out the most.
Is that kind of also in line with conditional love?
Yes, 100%. And it was conditional with that person. And so the people pleaser in me, the tough personality at work.
Got it.
And so really brought out the people pleaser in me. And I was a yes person.
So you were overcompensating, essentially?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So when that person left, were you able to recognize it then, or wasn't it until Station 19 had ended that you were able to?
I mean, I recognized it, but I didn't have the time or desire after that person left to really look inward and see why I felt so much better.
Therapy after kind of breaking it down. And has the ketamine therapy helped even more?
Oh, yeah. It did its job.
Would you consider yourself someone who bottles up your emotions and doesn't verbalize them or show them to people?
100%. Because sometimes I don't know how.
Do you think that's more of a reason why you don't show your emotions is because you don't know how, or because you don't want to be vulnerable?
I think it depends on the emotion. I think a lot of times vulnerability is just because I don't know how to sometimes.
Be vulnerable?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Well,
Were you able to be vulnerable growing up as a kid?
Yeah, to an extent. I went really inward and I learned really quickly how to be valuable and liked was by being small.
Why?
And so like it wasn't about what I feel. Like, and I just sort of turned it off.
But why did you go inward to begin with?
Because I was just so confused about the stuff that happened with my neighbor and not understanding the weight of it, what it necessarily meant, what the things that he had said meant. Like, it was a lot of...
But even at 5, did you know it was wrong?
I think on a level, yeah. He said to me that if I were a boy, nothing would have ever happened. So I just like... I butched up real fast.
In what sense? So from that age, so 5, were you just more of like, you mean like a tomboy? Like,
yeah.
So you knew you didn't want it to happen to you, even though you didn't understand it.
Yeah.
When he said that, you very clearly was like, well, I didn't, and stop me at any point. I'm just trying to make sense of this. You were like, okay, well, I don't want that to happen to me again. So I can be if I'm a boy, that won't happen to me.
I think it was more so on some level, knew it was wrong. Was told like, can't tell anyone.
By who?
By him. And then it was, oh, well, I guess I accidentally told someone, oh, now this person's no longer be allowed to be in my life. But if I were a boy, they would.
So you wanted them in your life?
Yeah, on some level. It was the only friend I had really had.
But was it a friendship based on this thing that they were getting from you?
Yes, of course. But to a 5-year-old, you don't know that.
Was there a part of you, though, that felt
abandoned, lost, sad, confused, all of it?
But that was after, when it was, you felt like you had a friend, you felt like you had companionship in a sense, and then that person was taken away from you because of this thing they did. So you were abandoned in that regard. It's all an interesting, it's not fascinating. First of all, to be clear, it's horrible that it happened to you, but I'm so happy that you're going through the work to break down those walls. I know you. I'm just gonna give my own 2 cents. Is like, you are someone that doesn't show emotion and doesn't usually break down and all that kind of stuff. I don't think till this day I still don't think I've seen you cry. And not that that's like a requirement, but
you've seen me almost cry a few times. But yeah,
I was like, have I?
Yeah.
But those were like what, the show ending, like have sad tears of like things like that.
Yeah, big like transitional moments.
Yeah, more like we were all going through it together type tears. Community tears?
Yeah, communal? But even after that, within the last like 8 months.
And do you feel like ketamine therapy helped you break down some walls and be able to show or be brave to show your emotions more?
I think the ketamine really helped me rediscover pieces of myself that maybe I had forgotten existed, and those are the pieces that maybe were holding the walls in place. And so what I was learning is like relearning those parts of myself so that I can do the work so that those parts of myself feel safe to let the walls start coming down.
And what are some of those things that were holding up the walls?
I mean, definitely like a wounded inner child, and I mean, mostly, it's her. It's the wounded inner child more than anything.
Are you somebody that wants to be able to eventually show your emotions in front of people, or do you like being someone who's able to not?
I mean, yeah, to the first. I used to be such a crybaby. That's the thing. Literally, you would always know I was angry because I could not stop crying.
When did that switch?
While I was on Grays. I think I just stressed myself to the point, like the sleep deprivation stress. I reached a point where I was like, I have to pick. And so I picked powering through over feeling like breakdowns.
So it kind of a switch went off.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that not more than, what would that be, 8 years ago, you were still somebody who could cry and cry a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So
cried all the time.
Do you think you'll be able to flip that switch back?
I hope so.
Do you miss feeling those emotions?
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself cold now?
No, because I feel, I don't necessarily allow people to know that I'm feeling. So I guess on the outside, sure. But no, I'm not afraid of being cold.
How do you find ways to release those emotions that you're feeling?
I work out.
Working out helps.
Yeah, working out helps a lot.
Okay. Anything else?
Working out, writing, watching TV, hanging out with Milo.
Your dog.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, people like, who's Milo?
Milo.
So those things help you.
Yeah.
Like, are they a release?
I think they are what I need to build to the release.
Are you able to be somebody who cries in private?
Yeah.
So does that at least feel okay?
Yeah.
But interesting. So you went from somebody who not that long ago was someone who had a lot of feelings and emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not saying that obviously your boss, who you were an assistant to, caused any of this. It was just the long hours and the stress forced you to finally basically go, what? The only way I'll survive is if I turn this off. Like this isn't sustainable type thing.
Flight, fight, freeze, fawn. I fought it all away. Froze everything.
And so you continue to do therapy?
Yeah. Once a week.
And do you feel like every session you make more progress, or do you feel like sometimes you hit walls?
Sometimes I definitely hit walls. Like sometimes I'm like, I'm in a funk. I don't know why I'm in a funk. Well, I'm in a funk today. I don't feel motivated to do the work, but like I know I'm in a funk, and I know by next session I'm going to know why I'm in a funk.
Mm-hmm. And by the next session you know why you're in a funk?
Usually.
Are you someone who also does any other sort of things privately, like journaling or meditation?
Oh, I love journaling. I love meditating. I love going on walks with Milo. Just sort of like recalibrate every day.
So all of those things kind of help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you proud of the person you are today?
Yeah.
And what are you looking forward to?
Working again. Working again. Continuing to work on myself.
And what would your dream job be?
I don't know that I have a dream job at the moment. I guess show running, like having my own thing, but just getting to work on something that inspires me.
Do you have shows right now that you feel do that you watch?
I loved Pluribus. Loved Pluribus. And I understand that not everyone feels the same way. You either love it or you don't. I loved it. I'm sure there are others.
What did you love about Pluribus?
Just how up it was. I don't know how to describe it without spoiling things.
It's okay. Just spoil it.
I
don't think if you even spoiled it, just to be clear for anyone who hasn't watched Pluribus, I don't think anything you could say could spoil it because the show is unexplainable at this point.
So Danielle feels differently than I do.
No. We'll do a side tangent that might end up on Patreon. My only thing is that I really I got into it and I like it and the concept and it makes you think and your brain kind of goes like, you know?
Yeah.
But I was left with more questions at the end of the season than less. And I'm getting to a point where I just sometimes, listen, I love Severance, but some answers would be nice.
Yeah,
I
didn't watch second season.
Like a second, there's 4 now.
Of Severance?
Yes.
No.
Yes. There's
Really?
at least 3.
Oh, I've seen the first.
And every season, I mean, they might give me some breadcrumb that they're like, here, we'll give you this piece. And then they tell me 20 more things. And I'm just a little like, can I just have a show that gives me at least some satisfaction at the end? And Pluribus,
Ponies. We love ponies.
Love ponies. Although I had a conversation with somebody today at one of my meetings and they were not a fan of ponies. But it was a split down the middle. This is going to be Patreon.
And it was. Head over to Patreon to hear us debate the gender dynamics of ponies and the shows that shaped our childhood. Check it out on Patreon. But for now, back to our scheduled programming.
Enough of Patreon. Back to the programming.
Are we picking up at trauma?
I think, listen, I want to say thank you for opening up and going there on certain things that, have happened in your life. But what's so interesting is I've interviewed people that are later in their life, retiring, and I've interviewed people more like you that are more in the middle part of or beginning parts of their lives and their careers.
Yeah.
From what I'm understanding, you still have so much growing to do.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of the answers yet. You haven't been able to do that retrospective look back on your life and go, I'm okay with this, not okay with this, and this happened for a reason. Would you say you're in the part of your life where you're going, I'm hoping in a couple years I'll know why I went through this?
Yes. Honestly, I think to an extent I am in the place of understanding why I've experienced the things that I have.
Got it.
I just am not necessarily in the place of being able to fully articulate those revelations. Been in therapy on and off since I was 5. I've certainly come to terms with the truth of what happened. I am now in the place of looking back on how it impacted my life in ways that maybe I didn't understand. and dealing with the latent anger, resentment, sadness that is attached to the ripple effect of that trauma.
Do you feel like once you're able to, I don't know if the words get some closure or figure out those things you're still looking for, or like you were saying, I think you said to verbalize. Do you think when you get to that point, there'll be a sense of freedom, and maybe with that freedom will come the next chapter of your life?
I think so. Yeah. I think once I'm able to verbalize it, it means that it's not living inside of me in a way that isn't able to fully get out.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be revelatory in its own way.
Do you want to verbalize it?
I don't know how. Wait, what?
Do you want to?
Verbalize what?
What you're feeling and to let those things go.
Oh, yes.
You want to.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. Sometimes I think I'm curious, is the verbalizing it and getting it out the scary part?
And terrifying. Yeah,
So that's,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That is a specific brand of vulnerability.
Is that because it's hard to let it go? Is it scary to let it go? Well, saying it out loud, what is the scary part about that?
I think it's scary in the same way that all vulnerability is scary, in terms of like, yeah, if you open yourself up to people, there's a chance that you could get hurt. And it's contending with the getting hurt that is the scariest for most avoidance.
But are you opening yourself up to others, or just trying to open yourself up to yourself?
Both. Starting with myself and then others.
So are you scared to open up to yourself?
Sometimes.
Why?
I didn't learn how. I just shut everything off at such a young age. And I was like, I'm here for others. It's not about me.
So what's interesting is at 5, your parents did put you in therapy because of this thing that happened. But you said you were always an emotional person.
Yeah.
So what were you shutting off then?
I wasn't allowing myself to healthily feel anger.
Okay.
And I wasn't in a place where I could verbalize, like, this is the exact thing I'm angry about because it led to X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. And I didn't know how to express in other ways.
Do you think a huge part of therapy is really just being able to put words to the emotions and the traumas and the triggers?
100%.
And do you feel like there's a sense of freedom once you're able to put words?
Yes. You feel so much lighter.
Why is that?
I don't know, Danielle. Why is that?
I don't know.
We're both in therapy.
Listen, I think it's been such an interesting conversation with you, Emily, because your career isn't that long.
No, I'm a baby.
And you're a little baby.
I'm a baby writer.
You're a baby. And so we really got deeper into talking about you as a person and therapy and psychology and trying to understand, which I would say goes hand in hand with arts.
100%.
Whether you're a writer, an actor, a storyteller, one of the biggest tools you can have is understanding how we all tick.
And everyone should be in therapy. I understand that it can be expensive. So like, yes. But if you are able to, please, dear God, go to therapy.
I don't know. I mean, I've met people now, though, that are very much like, no, I don't need it. And I'm fascinated by them because to me, I'm like, maybe they just don't have any trauma, or maybe they're just someone who was always able to verbalize their feelings.
Yeah, those people fascinate me.
And they fascinate me too. Yeah. I would say on average, I meet more people that need somebody to talk to and need somebody to talk to that doesn't have a bias and that can give advice and be somebody you can talk to that you're not going to feel judged by. But it feels very nice, but it's also good. What I'm saying about you, not about me. I'm interviewing you at a time in your life when I'm hoping 10 years from now, you can look back at this and see how much growth you've had because you are a baby writer. And a phenomenal writer, instinctually phenomenal, but you're at the early stages of your career and you have so much promise ahead of you. And I think it's really beautiful that you're taking this time to really work on you, which is only going to make both you and your career more fulfilling, I think, in so many ways. So I'm proud of you. I'm grateful to be your friend, to call you a friend. You are somebody that probably to a fault will always show up for others. Always. And you never ask for anything in return.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the hardest piece of the work is asking for help, which I know you can relate to.
Yes. But I think,
which is why I think you are usually the person where I'm like, ugh, I need help with this. Because I'm like, she did it. She gets it. She knows exactly why I don't want to ask this.
Yeah. And I'm like, what do you need? Or I can usually just jump ahead and be like, when do you need me?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to ask the question. What do you need?
Yeah.
When do you need me? Yeah, I think, we can see each other. We see ourselves in each other a little bit. So it makes sense. But I'm just so grateful that we were able to have this conversation. I think it's a really unique conversation because it's not third time's the charm. Well, we haven't looked at all the equipment.
Don't say that.
I'm just saying.
Don't say that. Don't even put it out there. Third time is the charm. We haven't even eaten yet.
It's been a gift, but I think it's been our most insightful. And I think because I think this actually worked. Everything I do believe, I think you've heard me say this a million times, is I believe everything happens for a reason. But the first two conversations were not
surface.
I don't
They were a little more surface, absolutely.
But we told some funny stories that we didn't tell in this session and things like that. But really, this one got deeper into who you are and where you're at in your life. Yeah, and so it's been an absolute gift. I'm so hungry now. So we're gonna eat some food. But where do you see yourself in 20 years?
Holy 20 years?
I think it's the only way I'm going to get a more concrete answer from you. Because when I say a couple years, 5 years, 10 years, it's kind of like, I would just want to be a showrunner on a show. Like,
yeah, 5 years, I think to your credit, or to your point, is because I am still on the fresher side.
But what do you want?
I want
in 20 years, 30 years, what do you, Emily Culver, want?
I want to feel as though I have contributed to the world in a way that feels really fulfilling. I want to have created a show. I want to have a family. I want to have reaped the benefits of the work that I'm presently doing, whether it be emotionally, financially, locationally.
I think what I'm trying to ask is, like, do you have a very specific thing, or is it scary to say what it is you want?
It's not scary. I don't know that I have invested a lot of energy and thinking 20 years down the line.
Why not?
20 years from now isn't guaranteed. Like, tomorrow's not guaranteed. I think for me, I really like to ground myself in what can I do right now? What do I need to do for me today, tomorrow, and the coming weeks, coming years? Like, how am I going to set myself up for success the next day and the days to come, the next year? Like, it's 20 years to me is hard to picture, just because who the knows what this world is going to look like in 20 years? Like,
it's very valid. Who knows what this industry is going to look like in 20 years?
Exactly. And I
get what you're saying.
I think a part of it is maybe not wanting to get my hopes up or marry myself to an idea that in 6 months I could be like, I don't actually want that.
But that's sometimes the question, right? I think I'm going through a phase right now where I'm starting, and I think I'm mirroring what I'm going through, and we might not be going through we're not going through the same things, obviously, but mirroring this idea of, like, I'm at a place in my life, my career, very different. We're on very different trajectories, that I'm kind of like, no, I'm not going to be afraid to say what I want for fear of disappointment or for fear of judgment.
Yeah.
I want an Emmy. I want my own show. I want to star in movies. I want it all. And I'm at a place where that was really scary. So I think what I'm asking from my own perspective is it scary to say those things or not? I don't want to project my thing onto you.
I don't feel scared.
That's great.
Saying those things. Like, I want to showrun. I want to create my own show. I would love to win an Emmy, a Golden Globe, Oscar, even though I don't really do movies. Like, like whatever the next challenge that is exciting is. I'm not scared saying that. I just like to keep a healthy dose of, I guess, my own version of realism attached to it for myself, in terms of, we can't put the cart before the horse.
It sounds like it's just
I have things that I need to do right now to get me to those spots.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy this moment before I live in a future that may or may not exist.
That's a great way to put it. Let's eat some food, Emily.
I really have to pee.
So, Emily, thank you for going there.
Yes. I'm not afraid to talk about my past. I just don't always know how to put it into words that make sense.
Well, that's what you're in the process of learning, isn't it?
Exactly.
But thank you. Thank you for sharing it all with me. Thank you for letting me nudge and push. And I got to know you even more.
Yeah.
Why did you choose? In front of us is tacos.
From Roadside Taco.
And we've got want to say what we're eating and why you chose it?
Some carnitas, some asada, and a cauliflower bitty. It is all Danielle. I love cauliflower. I wanted meat.
She wanted meat. Now, why did you choose roadside taco?
Because we love roadside taco. Basically, the theme of like all three of these has been, what's food that we enjoy eating together?
Yeah, because so for those listening,
look at this mess I made on your beautiful table.
It's okay. It's allowed.
Is your eye gonna twitch?
I'm already upset that I ruined these linen napkins that I only have 2 of. And so every time I do a podcast, like I'm recording another one tomorrow morning, and I literally just dirtied this one. I'm like, damn it, I have to wash it again. Yeah, I need to get more linen napkins.
Wow, add it to that never-ending to-do list of yours.
Never ending. What were we gonna just talk about though? You chose what you just chose. Oh, why don't you go through, since we've done this now 3 times? What were our other 2 meals?
We had Sushi Dan because we love sushi, and we love Sushi Dan. I'm allergic to eel sauce, and they gave me eel sauce, so that felt like an omen.
Well, remember it was they mixed the eel sauce and the mayo. So we couldn't, even though we said no eel sauce, you couldn't even have the spicy mayo. That was. And then what did we do the second time?
We did Great White. We had pizza and salad because again, we love Great White. It was where we went the night we found out that station was ending.
Yeah.
And roadside has always been like where we stop on our way to an adventure or on our way home from an adventure.
It's always like easy food, easy tacos, good drinks.
Even though apparently they don't have the queso.
Which is crazy. When you said it, I didn't even know. So Roadside Taco has, for any Lynn's listening, had amazing queso. I mean, then you ordered this. And we haven't been there in so long. And I went there and the queso's gone.
So sad.
I really needed to eat just taco before I asked a sweet and savory quiz.
Is it the same quiz as the last 2 times?
So because we have now done this twice, I had to keep you on your toes. So for you, and specifically you, but maybe this will take on the new quiz. I'll be asking a new quiz.
To be clear, I got sweet and savory naturally. Both times.
For the first time, yes. The second time, you never know. Because you knew the questions. You knew where they were coming from, right?
But my answers didn't change.
That's probably true. I don't know. I'd have to go back. Did they not change?
Actually, I did accidentally say chasing the bag instead of the dream.
Oh, you switched it.
Because that was a day where I was like, so that day I might.
These beans?
No, probably not.
Okay, keep going. That one you might have. Oh, I was so hungry. It's really a hard balance because you want to eat enough food before a podcast so that you can have a brain and think. Banana. But you have to eat at the end. And it's hard because talking really makes you hungry. Okay. Are you ready for the sweet and savory quiz? Now, in my new quiz, you actually can say if you think you're both.
Oh.
So, what would you like to say? Do you think you're sweet, savory, or both? I'm going to keep eating.
You know, it. I'm going to commit to the bit. I'm both.
You're both.
Even though I'm actually savory.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Waffles or tacos?
Oh, tacos.
Romantic comedy or psychological thriller?
I love both, but I can't say both.
You cannot.
Rom-com.
Fresh flowers or scented candles?
Candles.
A quiet bookstore or a loud concert?
Bookstore.
Golden hour or midnight?
Golden hour.
Apologize first or wait for an explanation?
These questions need context.
It's rapid round, rapid fire.
Probably, I guess I usually apologize first.
Silk or leather?
Silk or leather?
Silk or leather.
I heard suck or leather.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Silk.
Now I ate too fast. Jesus. Silk or leather?
I heard you. I repeated it. I'm thinking. So bossy.
Sometimes.
You wonder why I don't open up. I'm kidding.
Jab to the heart. Now you know me. And the next 5 conversations, I'm like, am I being too bossy? I'm sorry. Am I being too bossy?
Oh my gosh. You know me well enough. I'm giving you a hard time. And also, you are probably one of 4 people that knows me best.
I'll take that. I appreciate that. Silk or leather?
I guess silk.
Think about it on your skin. What would you prefer?
It's silk.
Okay.
It's silk.
People pleaser or truth teller? This is going to be a tough one for you. People pleaser or truth teller?
I have way better boundaries with the people pleasing, so probably truth teller.
A warm hug or a firm handshake?
Warm hug.
Ask for permission or ask for forgiveness?
Ask forgiveness.
Doubt yourself or double down?
Probably double down.
Emotional or analytical?
Analytical.
Safety or risk?
Risk.
Second chances or one strike and you're out?
Second chances.
Write the hero or write the villain?
Oh, write the villain.
Heart on your sleeve or cards close to your chest?
¿Por qué no los dos? Are we going with who I am or what I want?
However you interpret it.
Heart on the sleeve.
Seek advice or trust your gut?
Really trust my gut.
Nostalgia or the future?
Nostalgia.
Forgiveness or boundaries?
Boundaries.
Team player or lone wolf?
Team player.
Sweet talk or real talk?
Real talk.
Keep the peace or start the conversation?
Probably keep the peace.
Validation or results?
Results.
Morning cuddle or morning workout?
Cuddle.
Cozy cabin or penthouse suite?
Cabin.
Vulnerability or strength?
Vulnerability.
Be
Because being vulnerable is a strength.
Be the muse or be the mastermind?
Oh, God, mastermind.
Classic or trendsetter?
Classic.
Small circle or power network?
Small circle.
Sugarcoat it or give it to me straight?
Give it to me straight. I'm going to be sweet.
You're sweet. I mean, this is a new test. I haven't tested it on a bunch of people. But based on this new test, which I think I liked, but it was harder to say the like this or that's, I will say, it says you're sweet. Emily,
Do you
you're
agree?
sweet.
What am I, Danielle? Am I sweet or am I savory?
I think you are deep down a sweet little cuddly bear that wants to feel all of her emotions and cry and feel things. And you are somebody who pretends like you're not.
Tried to murder me there. That was really rude. Yeah, I would say you're probably in the right direction there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm a softie. I know
Like,
it.
here's the truth, though. And I think a lot of people are like that. Is we all have a lot. I shouldn't say we all, because not everybody. But, like, you just want to be hugged and told you're safe and you're okay. And you're not going to be judged for all of the feelings you're going to feel. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a lot of people that feel that way. And the truth is that's our own journey. We've got to figure out when we are able to do that. But at the same time, my goal is, my hope in life is that everyone at least finds a place or a person that allows them to be the vulnerable, emotional mess version of themselves.
I agree. I agree.
It's a work in progress, but aren't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like little stories. I mean, we covered more the surface stuff in that regard. But honestly, we talked about so much of it still here too with like, I mean, the Girl Scout stuff we didn't really talk about before, but I'm glad we talked about it here. And you even talked about, you know, how you went really kind of like tomboy for a long time. Like you even showed me pictures where you looked like a boy. Like I would,
an adorable boy.
You were. I would never have known in some of your pictures when you were a child that you were a girl by just looking at you dressed, you had short hair, like you looked like you were a boy.
That was how I protected myself.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely makes sense. So I think we covered most of it. I think we talked a little bit more about our story, about how we met in that day in the office, basically talking about this story. But I feel like that's not your story, so we didn't need to talk about that. But yeah.
I would say our friendship is a part of our stories.
No, 100%. But I meant like...
My career, my life.
Yeah, your career,
Whatever,
your life.
fine. You don't want to be a part of my life. I get it.
You're stuck with me.
Forever and ever. Forever, ever. 5 ever.
5 ever. But no, this has been an absolute gift, Emily. It's been a joy. I am proud to say you are sweet, even though you want to let the world think you are savory.
I don't care.
You're supposed to care, Emily.
No, I don't care what the world thinks.
Oh, well, that's good at least. But thank you so much for opening up to me and talking with me and your patience with me for doing this a 3rd time. I'm at this point, I think
Thank you for your patience with me.
throughout the conversation.
Life.
Oh,
All of it.
stop it. I just at this point was starting to think that you actually sabotaged all the episodes and it was just so we could have more dinners together.
I do love a free meal. I miss that from working on sets. The free food. You cannot beat free.
It's true. It's all, everybody who ever comes on to sets, that's usually they're like, all this is free. All of this food is free. And we're like, yeah.
I will say, going into like the 10, 20 year plan, if I'm running a show, Greg and Leilani are the crafty people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, has to.
Guaranteed. Baked in. That is.
Such good food. Thank you, Emily. I can't wait to see where you are in 20 years, and I hope that I am there on the journey with you.
Girl, if you're not.
Thank you, Emily.